Hello, fellow Bujo bandits. It's Brian. Long time no see. Hi. I've been busy. I have noticed that there are a lot of people joining our Bujo community lately, and because of that, I thought I would talk about something that came up in the group earlier today, and that is using space in our bullet journal. And this isn't my idea, this isn't anything new. I think Boho Berry might have been the creator of this. That's a Instagram, YouTube account person. Nice lady. Anyways, the idea is page threading. So I'm going to show you what page threading is and why. One of the reasons that bullet journals are amazing is because we never run out of space. There's always another page for you to use, and the reason I love bullet journaling so much, and especially Dirty Dailies, is that I never have to worry about running out of room, and page threading is a key component to that. Now, a lot of you guys are already perfectly familiar with indexing, right? And the idea that when you want to make a new collection, you just go to a new page. Well, let's not look at me. Let's look at the book, right? So the idea is when you want to, you want to do something, you go to the next blank page, and then, whatever that page number is, here we're on a page, and I say like, new thing. Ooh, it's sort of like a delayed in the camera. It was weird. And then I would look down here at my page number, which is not focusing. What is that? 201. And then I would go back to my index. And I would go in my index and I would write new. It's really hard to write through a camera like this. And I would write new thing 201. So that's great. And that's the basics of it. But to take it a little further, there's a way so that you can find a collection, because that works fine if your collection is just a couple of pages, right? So if I go back to page 201 and I've got, okay, so my new thing takes up these 2 pages, but what if it needs more space, right? Like maybe I started writing this and then the next day I started writing something else. Now I've gotten to the end of this page. What do I do? Panic. That's the hand signal for panic. What do you do? So that's what page threading is for. But through the magic of page threading, you never have to worry about running out of space, and you can have a collection that just goes on forever and ever, as long as you don't go past 240 pages. So let me give you an example of that. My Dirty Dailies, my daily log is one collection, but it lasts the entire book. And instead of trying to figure out, okay, let me see, how many pages am I going to have to save for my Dirty Dailies, and then figure that out at the beginning. Instead, what I can do is I can page thread. And here's how that works. So let's go to the first day of dailies in this book, which is right here. Okay, so here I am. I'm doing dailies. All right, I've got 3 days over here. I got like 3 or 4 days over here. And then the very next page is something completely different. But this is how threading works. If you look down here, you'll see that next to the page number, this is not focusing. I don't know what's going on with the fact of focusing. But if you look here, right? So right next to the page number, I've written another page number, page 27. So that means that this collection is going to continue on page 27. And don't think like, oh, how am I going to keep track of all that? Just as long as I put this page number down here, in my brain, I am effectively just turning the page. There. Now I'm on my next page of Dirty Dailies. And what I do is, down here in this corner, I write the page that came last. Right? Now again, this is not my idea, but I use this constantly. So my Dirty Dailies are threaded throughout my book. So I went over here, okay, and so page 28, then I go to page 37. So I can literally just ignore everything. If I'm just looking for my dailies, I can just ignore everything between 28 and 37. There I am. So it's almost like several different books existing within one book, or several different collections existing on top of each other, but you can ignore them. The other thing that I thread throughout my book is my journaling. I do long form journaling in my Bujo. So I started on 4:9 and I started doing my journaling, and then I got to the bottom of the page, and you look and it's page 49. So if I want to go to the next part of my journal, right, which just exists inside my bullet journal, I go to page 49. There, that's the next page of my journal. And then you'll see I had the previous page right there. So by doing this means you never run out of space for any given, do that. There we go. So by doing that, it means you never actually run out of space for any given collection. You can have a collection go on as long as you want it to. I could not fathom the idea of bullet journaling before I tried it. Like the idea of just using the next blank page and then indexing it was so foreign to me because I'm used to a linear book. I'm used to like this comes after that and so on and so forth. Page threading doesn't actually violate that sort of cognitive rule, right? Everything is going in order. It doesn't even have to though. I've actually threaded back to blank pages, like maybe I saved pages for something and didn't end up using them. So then I actually threaded from like, I was not going to turn the camera on again, but okay, one more time. Slowly, don't get sick. I've actually had something where I threaded from here, like back to an earlier spread and marked that old page here and then used this and then went to a later one. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter. As long as those are counted on there. And then for my dailies and my free flow, I almost said free throw. I don't put my free flow in the index. Like sometimes I might put the very first page of it so I can find like the anchor. But then after that, I can just turn through the book and find it wherever it may be throughout the book. So that is for me what makes it unnecessary to plan out the spacing of my book or figure out how many pages I need for something or allocating area. Because I always know that I can just thread the page, go to the next blank page, could be 20 pages away, but as long as they're threaded, those pages might as well be right next to each other. So I thought I would share that with you guys. I haven't been on here a lot lately. I have a big job change happening right now that I'm very, very excited about, which is also going to mean I have more time to mess around with you fine folks. So I will see you guys around and keep on keeping on. I'll talk to you later. Now I got to pretend like you don't see my hand going for the button. Okay.